Hello and welcome back to the Generator God playthrough with FactorioMMO community, where I am joined by Zragan, Anrecht, Quadro,
Hello. Hello.
yeah, and Alex, aka some
Hi.
fucking name, aka
Alex.
Hacker.
That boy.
yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce that nickname.
Hi!
Also Dragon.
Yes.
Nice, that's
Also
Zragan already.
Yeah. Yes, you did last episode. And then you
And
forgot
this
me.
one.
And now you didn't forget me, but you did Dragon. But it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Right? Dragon's not hurt at all.
Start pouting.
See, this is why dragons steal princesses. No love and no respect.
Is that how you got your, quote, girlfriend?
No. That's actually mutual Stockholm syndrome.
Sounds like a healthy relationship then.
Yeah.
In
I
a way.
mean, neither one of us can function without the other, and both of us are stronger while we're two, and economically it's quite feasible as well. Makes perfect sense. And the sad part is that makes the relationship way better than seemingly most relationships.
I wonder how many people can come to watch these live streams for the actual adult content and not just to see the gameplay.
Well, honestly, if you come here just for the gameplay, I hope you put it on in the background, because this is not really exciting stuff.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the huge furnaces that we have set up, though, that we're working on. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. See, oh, and I haven't deviated from my given task. It's just that I am gearing up so I can do said task effectively.
Which is gonna take him another
Hi,
3
mate.
episodes.
Yeah, I'm 80% done right now. Someone has done a lot of prep work, so most of the things for the power armor now is much more easily available. Because someone has been really cool, you see?
Yee. This stole
Yeah.
power armor from there. I've been waiting for that to finish forever. Sorry, not sorry.
Let's see. Oh, and by the way, literally to all of you, have your nation started this weird trend where new sodas are only introduced as the sugar-free variant?
Not yet, but they're planning to.
Not that I've seen,
And also,
though I
not really.
think it's literally years since I've seen any new sodas being released.
Yeah, because in Norway now, in local stores, there's like 3 or 4 new Coca-Cola branded flavors. So some from Fanta, some from Coke, and they're only available as sugar-free. Yeah.
Oh,
I know Coke recently did a whole line of their diet stuff, their sugar-free stuff.
Yeah,
that's the
and-
zero, right?
No, it was
No,
just
they-
it was just Coca-Cola Diet, and it was all a bunch
Oh.
of different flavors. They're not
Yeah.
too bad, actually.
But the problem is they're all sugar-free, and while I'm sure this blend is totally not absolute shit, I would honestly prefer sugar.
Well, you don't live in the obese America.
You should really
Fuck yeah.
prefer the sugar over the artificial sweetener because of all the other effects.
This is
Because-
true.
You
Because
should-
while sugar is not good in and of itself, it really isn't. When you go sugar-free, you still get the body's huge insulin pump, and that is what causes a lot of the issues. because
diabetes.
Diabetes is the result of too much insulin over time, or your insulin gland thingamajigger just being dead.
Pancreas.
Yes. So either your body doesn't give a fuck about insulin anymore, or it can't make any anymore.
Mm. Yeah,
So-
my dad works in the food industry for a long time. He said a few things. Do not consume bottled water too much, and do not do artificial sweeteners. Better buy once in a while a actual sugary drink than consume none the other
Yeah.
stuff.
Just drink tap water instead if you really are thirsty.
Unless you live in half of the US, in which case, please don't drink the tap water. But please do vote so you can drink the tap water next year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you do vote with that in mind,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
please, for the
while we
rest of
should
the
keep
world.
and while we should keep the stream light on politics, pretty please all Americans that may or may not be listening, engage even more in your politics.
Even more. Not in the
Yes.
news, in the politics. Fuck the news. Politics.
Yeah, it seems like even the news that are on quote-unquote the right side are still so far into propaganda that it ends up being like, it's the case of the truth is already plenty strong enough to show your case. Why the fuck are you lying on top of it? Just why?
And on that bombshell,
Speaking about tap water, like I live in a place that has really good tap water. It's incredible how little you appreciate it in your everyday life. Like when you go abroad and suddenly the water tastes of chlorine, you notice it, but
Well, perks of living in a country where you can just take a glass, stick it under your
tap.
tap which has no filters at all, like zero stuff, and just
Well,
drink it.
I mean it is filtered. Otherwise, it would taste of iron and manganese, but it's not chlorinated.
Sure, but what he's referring to, I think, is like there are these filters that you can put on taps with like a activated carbon in them, so you quote filter your tap water.
Yeah, there's that stuff, but
So
I
right?
don't know. I don't think anyone used those around here.
Well, I know they exist, but yeah, I'm from Holland, but no such things here. Just drink the tap water; it's fine.
Is your tap water chlorinated?
In Norway, yes, lightly chlorinated.
Yeah.
I think it's everywhere, but I know our municipalities has been using water ozonating instead of adding chlorine.
Yeah.
They probably do add some, but we have actual ozone stations that do the water
That's-
processing.
Nifty.
Yeah.
So
same
that's
here.
how we're gonna fix the ozone hole then. Just add more ozone to the water.
Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds like a wonderful 2-in-1 fix.
Can I just say, people think ozone is a magical cure-all, and it really bothers me so much because people are idiots. There's people that ozonate their blood and think it's gonna like cure cancer or something. Yeah, no. They have a machine that will put ozone into your
Isn't
blood.
that outright counterproductive if you don't want
I
cancer?
know.
Isn't that going to oxidize your free radicals and damage your stuff?
Let's see.
Question.
Let's see. I'm just gonna quickly put some very highly unstable molecules inside my bloodstream. What would happen?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna make me very
idiots.
healthy.
Listen, I'm not against this, but I need to clarify a definition first. When you say cancer, do you mean the literal variety? Because if you don't, then I absolutely agree with this cure. It's probably going to work just fine.
To get rid of.
That's one way of getting rid of that problem.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love
Instead
it.
of get rid of the cancer, just get rid of the entire human being that contains
The
that has
cancer.
the cancer.
Well,
Right.
that's going to remove the cancer for sure, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
This is going to work just fine.
If there's no human, there's no cancer.
Exactly.
That's what our robotic overlords will think.
Yes, remove all cancer. Mission complete. No cancer detected.
Okay.
Done.
As well, if any other life forms.
Well, not all life forms develop
There are
cancer.
some things that don't get cancer. I think naked mole rats don't get cancer.
I think theoretically they can. It's just that all of science has been unable to actually make it happen so far.
Yet.
Yeah,
That seems like a productive use of science time.
It really is, right?
honestly, if you can make a naked mole rat get cancer, you've probably made some breakthroughs in our knowledge about cancer.
Be right back.
Perhaps.
Buying a naked mole rat and finding that Black Friday.
Injecting cancer.
Rebecca Black. Be right back.
Right. This is doing me a skeptical.
By the way, do we have an outpost construction train anywhere, or else I'll go build one?
No,
I don't think we do.
no, we don't for
No.
sure. And we probably have some stuff now.
Oh, I'm getting a
automated.
call. I wonder, should I answer this? It's probably going to be a scam. Let's find out.
Ooh, maybe it's from India Tech Support.
Severe. Insurance policies have all been reduced nationwide.
Insurance policies. Woo!
God damn.
Party.
It's such a backward ass country. Honestly, how haven't you made that sort of shit illegal yet?
It is. Nobody listens.
Yeah, then it's not really illegal, huh?
Honestly, if you can grab their number or whoever's actually doing it, the fines they deal out for that, as far as I've heard, is very encouraging of the desired behavior. But when they operate under false names, it's kind of difficult to, you know, get the fine to the right place. Speaking of fines, how is the reporting system for the GDPR going so far?
Fine.
That did not sound excessively convincing.
So the island is clean. That's a thing.
See how he switched the subject?
Yes. And with Norway's kinda inside the EU but not inside the EU complicated status, I wouldn't even know where to report, even if there was the infrastructure available. Because we have kind of the deal the UK wanted, except we can pay a metric fecton in bribes, I mean fees, to be both in and out of the EU.
Yeah, well, that's fine. What Britain wants is not being in the EU, do get the benefits, and don't pay. And you guys are not in, well, are but aren't in the EU, are getting the benefits, but at least paying for them. And
Oh,
Brits
yeah.
just don't want to pay for
yeah.
it. Just like, we want to be in the open and free biggest market of the world. And it's like, all right, you gotta pay the entry fee. It's like they're like, but we already are inside. But you're like, yeah, but you want to go outside. They're like, yeah, from the EU, not from the market. Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to do in Norway, except they didn't sit down and think through, hey, how did Norway make this work? And the truth is, we just paid a shit ton of money.
nope, they
Probably not bribes,
just didn't sit down and think at all. That's the problem. They
Wait,
just
Isn't
acted.
that usually the problem?
Would you imply this was done by politicians? Because that would be a horrible thing for politicians to decide. You should probably put that to like a national vote or something instead. That would have worked out much better.
Are you guys subscribed to one or the other, the Vlog Brothers, like John Green?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Have you guys watched his latest video on the climate change thing on Fox News?
I have not.
I think I started it, but then some other IRL stuff came up and interrupted.
Well, it's a very interesting video. Just, I won't make my comment. Just, that video is my comment.
It
And there.
sounds like that video might have a interesting point of view.
Oh yes, I'm certain that that will kick up a lot of dust in the coming few days or weeks. It has a very good point, and I hope that at least Americans are gonna watch it. So Alex,
Okay,
no?
I'll watch it. I'll...
You should link it in past midnight then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will.
Good.
Okay, so I don't entirely understand the base layout or the train layout. Where would it make sense to build a construction train refilling station?
You
Yeah.
probably want to make a split east of where you're standing right now using one of the blueprints available. Now, for this,
Or just do it somewhere up top where the loop station is.
Somewhere it fits.
Guffer, what do you want to grab is the straight main outer connection. Because that's built for a anti-clockwise loop, but since this is a clockwise loop, inside becomes outside. So we just plop that down on the rails, and...
Is it the loop rail book?
Yes. So there is like 5 pieces of rail you need to cut. So the train will actually go where they should be. And then you have an input and output. And the entire rail system is set up so that when you are leaving a station, the train is forced to make a decision between inner loop and outer loop. And when you're entering a station, you will only enter from either the inner loop or the outer loop, depending on what side you're on. In other words, a train going from the north to the south, from the outside of the loop both times, will not interfere at all with the inner loop trains.
That sounds reasonable until someone doesn't understand what is going on and fucks it up.
That's why we have a closed game, and we will scold you if you fuck it up.
So just to make sure which one of the loop connections that I have to
He
use.
really doesn't want to fuck it up now.
The one called straight main outer connection.
Okay.
Yes. And then you just place it down, and then you should have a normal right-hand drive or left-hand drive connection point. And that you can use as normal right or left-hand drive. That's fine. You can even make small sub-networks after a breach. So that's, if you want to have 4 different stations that might send trains to each other, that's perfectly fine. That's actually the point of the system. Because the loop works as the interstate type connection. Like really high speed, really long distance, and stupid high throughput.
Right, like the Autobahn.
Yes.
Woo!
And you don't go straight from the Autobahn to your what's the thing you drive onto in front of your house called again?
Road.
Driveway?
Driveway, yes. You don't pull off the Autobahn straight onto your driveway.
Ironically, I've seen that happen, but go on.
That probably causes issues. So
Yep.
you want to have a branching network where the loop itself is the core. So yeah.
So yeah, you want to actually think about where you're gonna place stuff. Like,
Yep.
am I gonna do it before or after the intersection? Because if you are doing it after the intersection, the train will have to go all the way around. And that's fine, because if you need more stuff, you just put more trains on the rail network.
Yep. This is a good example of where you can trade latency for throughput.
Yep.
Because this network does not have great latency. It really doesn't. But the throughput is very, very high because the train will almost never have to stop. And usually by the train when it hits the main loop, it's already going at full speed. Let's see, what was I supposed to do now? Yeah, because that is ready and waiting and marked out. That is ready. And he's working that. Right, I was supposed to do this thing. Haha! I knew that!
So are we setting these smelters up for just circuit stuff?
Yep.
It's a lot of circuits.
Yep. We need them. We're gonna replace the old circuit production with this one, so basically the main bosses we're not gonna do any red or greens or
Yep.
yeah, so we're gonna free up a lot of resources on the main boss and we'll be able to do something else with them.
By the way, I have already set up a small module for green chip production that feeds directly into blue chip and then has a overflow output. So in the event of blue chips not consuming all them greens, there will be an excess flow.
Yee.
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 I too have seen the YouTube poops.
Yee. We all have to communicate in just variations of yee.
Now you be careful or I'll start roaring at you.
Ooh.
And while I am fluent in roar, I have a sneaking suspicion you may not be.
You never know.
Roar!
And on that
Yeah, I got nothing.
show, we're gonna end the episode. Thanks for watching and see you the next time. Bye bye.
Bye.